Welcome back, everyone, to long overdue Party Wagon podcast. We're calling this one 17.5. If you're wondering what the hell happened to 17, we posted it last week. We'll say crap hit the fan, and I took it down in about an hour. And I'm not going to put it back up, but people weren't happy, I guess, with what we were talking about. So I took it down, and then, I don't know, the one before that we never posted. We did a live, right, Steven?
Yes.
Yeah, so technically this is like 19.
Yeah.
17, 18. Yeah, technically this is 19, but we're calling it 17.5 because I'm just kind of think it's we should clear the air from the episode for those who caught it last week, since it was a little bit of a controversial topic. But we'll get to that here soon. As always, I'm trying to do my best here to stay awake. I'm very tired. Steven, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. Tired as well. I've been a long day, long week so far, but I'm happy to do this podcast. So let's start it. Let's start talking.
Yeah, it's 8 p.m. here on the East Coast, and if you're a gamer, Party Animals came out on Xbox, and I've been having a blast with all of my friends playing it. So that's what I'm doing when I'm done with this. I'm going to throw this into the old editor, get that shit rendering, go play some video games, because I deserve it. I've been working a lot. So,
There you go.
jumping right into it, as I'm knocking things over on my desk, I wanted to clear the air, talk about some sewer lair things, and the NECA sewer lair that we talked about last week. I guess we'll do a quick cover. I ordered one. Steven ordered 3.
Yep.
It is shipping in December, which means that it is actually done. Just so everybody knows, they've ordered them. They've been made. They're on their way over from the manufacturer. They're going to go into the warehouse, and they're going to ship out to us around December. So they were made, and that is part of the explanation of the price because of how many they made. And last week I made a couple of statements, and I think it's only fair that I clarify them and retract. I don't want to say retract, but just kind of clarify. So one of my gripes last week that Steven and I were kind of talking about, it was mainly me, because I wasn't in a bad mood, but I was spicy, as I was calling it. I was hot. Was a word I kept using was ignorance, and I didn't choose my words wisely. Maybe that's how I feel personally, but that is no excuse to how I did speak during that. And then for those who I may have offended when I said that, I do apologize if you watched it. That information ended up getting back to one of my close friends, the Mad Hatter. His name is Near. And people were messaging him, asking why I had beef with him, and I didn't. We didn't at all. He sent a voice message to our group chat, giving a shit in a funny manner. Him and I talked for a couple hours after that, back and forth, and there was no issue. So there never was an issue. So people thought I was coming after Near about that, and I wasn't. There were other people that were, in the community that were upsetting me. And mainly it was people that were egging on and kind of highlighting the minute negativity of things that were happening in the group. And Steven, you remember this a couple months ago, maybe even a year ago, when people were talking about toxicity in the group and everybody kind of combated that. They're like, it isn't, because it's like you've got 3,000 posts, 10 of them maybe people kind of go off the handle on, and then those are the ones that get bumped up, so people see those more. But out of everything, there's no toxicity really outside of that small, that happens every once in a while. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like that's something that we talked about?
I mean, we try our best to make sure that we keep that negativity out, but a couple of, slip here and there. It's going to happen,
Yeah.
and
yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, man. I'm in the moment. I'm thinking.
that's fine.
It's a bummer, and some people know that I switched jobs recently. Before I was working from home, and I was really good at my job, and I had a lot of time on my hands to moderate the group. But since changing careers, I'm working all day. And there's really no excuse for it is an excuse, but we gotta work. We gotta do our actual our career here. We gotta live.
Gotta get
But
paid.
I'm not on my phone as much anymore, and people that DM me see that I don't respond immediately anymore. I used to all the time. Now it's like a couple hours. I don't have that time anymore to spend on my phone scrolling through stuff. And yeah, we have a lot of admins and such, and they have lives as well. And to be fair, and this is not even a bad thing, I was the one, because I had the ability, just sat and just scrolled through and deleted comments all the time, or I mediated. Like, that was what I did. That's what I did the most of. So, I can't do that anymore. So, as always, if you're in the group and you are watching this and you might be new, I don't know, always report stuff that you see. Now, if we keep it, that means that we understand it might have struck a nerve, but it's technically not something that's going to cause an issue. You might not have liked it, or you instigated it and kind of got that clap back. Steven's lighting up over here if you're watching us. Steven's looking at turtle porn. And,
No.
but yeah, report stuff. There's no like, people are tattletales. Like, no, that legitimately helps us out. So if people are off kilter there, please report. That's always the thing we always suggest, because it helps us out a lot. But back to that, yeah, there was a couple people that were just consistently saying that the group was toxic, and yeah, there'd been toxic posts between the April situation and Mutant Mayhem, and then the sewer layer, and it was tough to deal with, and that's like, man, less than a percentage of the community that kind of partook in that. So I was kind of coming off of that anger and that frustration because of all the work we put into the group and trying to avoid people saying it's toxic. So, thank you for the people that do understand that. But once again, I apologize. I didn't choose my words right last week when I was saying what I said. And if you didn't catch it, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But in a more positive light of me explaining that, since you didn't see last week's episode, I guess we'll do a quick Cliff Notes. $300 is a lot of money. I don't think people that didn't want to get it because it was $300 are poor. No one should be shamed for their monetary choices of how they handle their finances. $250 was still expensive for me, but that was more reasonable. Now, Steven's spent more than $300 here. You better get some fucking box art, dude. No, I know there's box art coming. I've already confirmed the box art.
Okay.
$300 for what we're getting, quality wise, material wise, is right based on how many were made. Assumption how many were made. That's probably why the price went up a little bit. So they didn't make as many as they planned on to get the cost down. So $300 for the materials it matches up. Now, it's not the same material as the street diorama. As I'm looking at mine again, it's not that cheaper plastic, and that was part of why I was explaining an ignorance situation. Is people were like, "Oh, it's not worth it," and like, well, it might not be worth it, but to me it was, because I've got to play with it a little bit, and to me I felt the quality there. And we also compared it to the conversation of, well, the Cat's Lair is $650. That's double the price, but look at how much bigger it is. Well, I haven't touched the Cat's Lair, but the plastic looks the same as the Thunder Tank in typical Super 7, which has okay products. They're not flawless. Like, we all know how their plastics are. It's cheap plastic. It's that brittle plastic that you can snap. And I'm not saying it's going to break, but if you tried to break it, it would snap. So I don't think that's a good comparison. And then we talked about Musk, the modular underground sewer. K something, was it? It was a Connect.
K
Center.
something. I don't know.
Is it Center? Connect Center? I don't know. I forgot what the K stands for, but it's not a K word. It's something they just replaced. I think Mortal Kombat. Regardless, I'm buying it. I think it looks cool as shit. But what is it like? I think we got clarification since our last episode. It's $160 for the bottom, and it's going to be $200 shipped, they said?
Yes.
But there's no accessories in it. So if you add the accessories to it, we don't know how many accessories are going to be with it, but easily you're going to probably be looking at $250, $260 shipped. Now you compare that to the NECA one, which was $340 shipped, and that's not even complete, because if you didn't get the accessory set, or you want to tack that on anyways, you had to buy it. $60 just get the TV. So that is definitely way up there in price. Am I wrong? Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, dude. I've been talking this whole time.
They're going to be able to add more to it. They're going to have more layers to it.
Yeah.
Opposed to NECA's, we don't even know if we're going to get Dining's Lab or, what was it, the kitchen?
The kitchen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone had shown, I thought Near had said this, the Mad Hatter, there's a top part, there's a street part that you can add on already. Like, you can buy it bundled for another bit of money, so it's like $200 before shipping. Did I get that right? So you can get a street top and the bottom
Yeah,
for 200.
I think so. I haven't been following, to be honest, but yeah.
Well, that's a good price, regardless. They added some like cool, fun play features. I guess part of the wall can explode out, and you can, like have the mousers rushing through, which is cool as shit. And then there's the other part, which is like the actual sewer pipe with some water and stuff. But here's my gripe with it, and we don't know what it's going to look like yet. But we've seen the model, right? And the model is very realistic. So if they they said that they might do multiple paint apps. Like, I want it specifically because I think it's going to look good with my photos of anything I do, Lost in Turtles for Mirage or like movie stuff, which I don't do a lot of. But if it is intended for cartoons and they do a cartoon paint app to it, it's to be seen. Like, I don't know if the paint apps will look right on that sculpt. It's not as exaggerated.
I agree with you. And as I said on the last episode that was deleted,
it's archived. It's archived, everyone. It still exists. I didn't delete it.
Right.
It's private.
For me, spending $300 on one was a no-brainer, because if I pay you, Oscar, Jess, or anybody else to do one for me, it's going to be well over $300, right? To one that make it look like the two came out of the cartoon, and that's exactly what I would want. So, kind of what you're saying is, yeah, I don't know if that Musk is going to have the right paint apps on it, and that's one of the reasons why I'm throwing up in the air if I'm going to be getting it or not, because I'm very picky, my OCD and my love for the OG, so, or OG cartoon, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. So if it doesn't have the right paint app, it's not for me. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted you again.
No, you didn't, dude. You never talk in these episodes. I'm trying to let you talk for once, because I wanted to interrupt you this whole time, because I was going to say, based on how I know you collect, you have no reason to get it because you don't collect anything that you would put in there, in my opinion. Like, you put all of your toys that you do, you put them in your your details.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah, and you don't do toy photos. Where are you going to put that? Are you going to put toys inside of it? Are you going to pose them? Like, it doesn't really fit your collection, in my personal opinion. So you're in a better spot than I am, where I'm looking at this thing and I'm just like, I could take so many photos in this thing. All these photo options.
See, this is why. I see.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm keeping my display, okay, behind me. But I'm going to be taking the boxes off on top. I'm going to be putting two of the layers. I'm going to put the Turtle Van in one. And then I'm going to be opening my doubles. Because, honestly, I'm going to be stopping the inbox stuff. So I'm going to be opening up my doubles and going to be posing them in there. So
yeah.
I'm going to have
are you doing the van? Are you putting the van inside one of them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got three.
Yeah. So I didn't, but I've got one that I 3D printed, and I'm going to put the van inside that. It's about the same size.
Okay.
And that leads me to the other point that you brought up. You're like, if you're going to do it, you would have, had someone like Oscar, myself, Jesslyn make them and such. I've got a buddy named Will who is he's already modeled it, and he's been able to 3D print them pretty efficiently. And that's where I kind of fall into this, is where I did, in the last episode, I'd misspoke a little bit. Now, there's someone in the community that makes insanely well-made stuff out of like foam and everything when he does his things, and like I might have a piece from him. I think he's friends with Oscar, but I heard that he charges a lot for his pieces, and I know a buddy that actually bought a lot from him. And in my personal opinion, as someone that is a creator that has put out some crap, I've rushed through things, but I've optimized my process. When you're doing foam, the price that I see is just absolutely absurd for a lot of these things. So what I'm getting at is, for someone that could be putting this stuff out, you got to think smart. So invest in a 3D printer. You can get one for $180 for a smaller one, like I originally did, or you can go $500, get a good print bed, go that way. You can design your own, which Will did. Design your own sewer, and you can teach yourself to do it. I did a techno drone. I taught myself how to 3D model the techno drone. It was not that hard. And it's just, especially for fucking like a sewer layer, you're just using simple basic shapes. You're not really sculpting a lot. Design it all, Start printing the pieces out. Sell it. You can easily make a sewer layer with the specific items inside of it, 3D printed, with an easy paint. Be smart. You spray paint it, and then or maybe you just airbrush it, whatever you want. A little bit of hand paint. 150. If you have a couple people buy that, 150. I'm telling you right now, with like less than $20 for a spool, that's the way to go. And
see, this is where I'm hesitant on that. Everything you said scares me because I don't own a 3D printer. I'm afraid to buy a 3D printer because I heard you got to level it, you got to buy the correct filament. Then I got to design it, which I suck at designing. Okay. And painting, don't get me started with painting. These walls took literally 9 coats.
You're crazy.
Because everything my OCD, it still sucks. I still got to repaint this, even though it looks good. I've heard, but yeah, I can't paint for anything. So I agree with you for the people that are confident and know how to paint, but for people like me, no way.
Yeah, and to that, then you go to somebody that's set up like Will, that is confident, that's doing it, and like that's just me. Like I'm not trying to take business from anybody because if the quality's there, then it's there. You pay for someone's professionalism. It's like that dude that does shoes, that Tom like kind of took his classes. Well, I can't remember his name, but he just did like he did like the shittiest Ninja Turtle shoes the other day, which are just like colored. They're colored Nikes, recolored Nikes, and he's $2,500 a pair. And all they are is recolors. But he's got like over 1 million followers. He does stuff for LeBron. So his name is there. You're paying for the name essentially, and there's people that are out there that I think that have that name that can charge that. Just for me, I hate I'd rather pay. I don't know. That's just me personally, because I've done it myself, and it's not that hard.
Yeah, see, yeah, you have the skills,
Yeah.
but it's like me. Yeah. It's me telling somebody, "Hey, build a computer," when I know it's super easy.
Yeah.
And people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, which blows my mind. It's so easy. But
yeah.
I'm just saying, like in that realm of things, like I always try to. I'm also really lower in price. I price things I feel more logically, so. That's just me, but that's something that we had touched upon, and I just wanted to clarify anybody who'd seen that and thought that I was like kind of coming at, if you know who I'm talking about, but like they do insanely good work. I just can't get behind the price, me personally. So there was just that level of conversation going, I guess we'll say. So. That's that. We're just going to cover that. What was our next topic? What did I say we were going to talk about? Geek Out. Geekathon. Geek Out is in a couple days. 8 days, technically, when we're recording this on the 21st.
I'm actually shocked we didn't get any releases this week.
Yeah.
They usually ship before.
I think that I have this weird feeling it's going to be online only. Because what is released so far? None of us have even looked at Geek Out. It's been going on for like 4 weeks.
And nobody really cares about the rest of the stuff.
But is any of that showing up at Target? Because I go to Target. I've been going to Targets daily because I'm looking for the making a ninja, the Donnie and Mikey, which they haven't shown up yet. But for us, I haven't seen anything new.
This is going to be interesting.
So I think
it's going to be on Target's truck next week, since NECA's not shipping it anymore. I heard, right?
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. That's what I was told. But I think it's going to be online only. So, with that being said, you heard it here first. Online only. Confirmed.
People are going to be the inbox collectors are going to be so mad because they don't put bubble wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. So also think about this. If it's releasing next Friday, if next Friday is the event, these would have been in store yesterday. Because it's always a week and a half, right? It's always that Wednesday prior.
I agree.
And
unless it's coming out in the truck this weekend or in the middle of the week next week.
Right, yeah. But I don't know, I feel like, our buddy Justin Casper always gets stuff. He's the first one, like he's close to the first one, if not the first one, who just finds knows about the stuff hitting because you guys are in Illinois. So, in the middle of the state, everybody knows where that stuff, stuff hits early. So, I don't know, we'll see. But we already know 2 confirmed figures. Colored Space Usagi Ultimate
And
and
color or red Casey Jones.
Red Casey Jones. I know you have a pipe dream of what's coming.
The 4-pack or the Punk Rockers, yes.
Punk Rocker 4-pack, which I mean, I've been wrong before, but I don't believe they're coming.
Bummer.
Uh, I don't know, because we're thinking only turtles. You remember, NECA's got more items. Are we getting that Broadway, the trench coat Broadway, with the noir cover from Gargoyles? I can't remember when Blaine told me that was coming. It might.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, we'll know in a week, or I could just ask.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But then again, I mean, for those who don't know, like, they don't know when stuff's coming. Like, most of those guys just design the stuff. It's not for them to call. So, it's you can't message Blaine or Trevor and be like, "When's this coming?"
No.
They don't know.
Here's the thing, Blair. Blaine or Blair?
It's Blaine.
He actually knew that the other stuff wasn't for last Holothon or Geek Out, whatever it was. He knew that much, so maybe he might know what's coming out this round.
Yeah, and the reason, and so people do know, like, the reason he would know is because the samples, when they arrive, like, you'll know when stuff is coming, and that would have been way too early. So, like, the figures were coming, but it wasn't set yet. So, the other one that we've been, like, thinking about, which I know isn't coming, but my pipe dream of, like, what I wish was coming, is the Samurai Mikey and Space Donnie tune, the Fred Wolf versions.
Why won't it be coming?
Because I haven't seen samples.
Oh. Well, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I see the stuff before it comes, so I really want those, but I don't think they're coming. So that's my.
I told myself I am not going to get the space line, but now I am, just because of the 2012 series. Actually, they were in space, so that's my reasoning for getting the space line.
Yeah, they're super cool. I'm gonna have to buy 4 packs of all of those, which is gonna be annoying, but I'm gonna buy all 4. So
$150 each.
Yeah, $50 a piece. And then Space Usagi. I don't know if I'm gonna buy 1 or 2. I'm gonna buy the 1 at first. Thanks, your peer pressure. I bought the black and white one from Stan Sakai's website. They went back up the other day for $100, and it's just hard to stomach $100 when I'm just gonna open it and toss the box.
You should sell the box.
Like, I don't care about a signature. Yeah, maybe I'll sell the box for like $20. Make someone happy.
Do that.
Maybe we'll
because some of the accessories are confirmed not going to be in the colored version.
Yeah.
And then I really heard that the black and white version will not be sold in stores.
Yeah, when I asked Trevor, and I felt like an asshole asking him, and I was like, "Hey, are these like just like the last one? Remember the last the black and white Usagi? He did that special with the slipcover, and then it came out like right after." I was like, I'm glad I waited because I wanted the black and white, but I asked Trevor, and he said, "I don't know, but I'm sure Stan would appreciate your support," was his exact words. And I was like, God damn it, dude. Made me feel like a real asshole asking. Like, it made me feel like a cheap bastard because I don't collect signatures. It's not a thing.
Yeah, well, I collect them, but I don't. I kind of stopped collecting them, except like on the boxes, but I like them just like on my wall, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't mind them either. Like, I just got 8 or 9 prints from Ben Bishop over the past weekend, and he signed every single print for me.
Nice.
And then he gave me one of the boxes. Now I don't like getting up when we're doing these live things, right? But I didn't even think about this. I got to show this off to everybody. So I've never had a box to hold my comics, and I've always wanted one of those like Ben Bishop boxes that have like the Ronin stuff on them. And he came over during our convention over the weekend, and he goes, "Hey, I heard you wanted the box," and he gives me the box, and then he shows me the inside of the lid. And I don't know if he's done this for anybody else, or if this I don't know if this is even an option. But check this shit out. We're far away. All right.
I didn't even know you got that.
No, I didn't tell anybody. So I got this beautiful little box, right? And it's got this wonderful art on it of all the turtles with their bandanas. Like, I think it's sick. But the inside of
That
it
is sick. Oh, that's one of a
is
kind.
like, it's Donatello, and I'm like, that's just so cool, dude.
That is definitely.
Yeah. And
That is awesome. You're never getting rid of it.
Yeah, here's the top of it. The other side's got like is
awesome.
spoiler Shredder's son. But then there's the top of the whole thing. But I got all my stuff in there. I love it. I love it. And then he gave me little sticky notes because he had sticky notes with little turtles drawn on them, and now they're on my whiteboard at work.
Nice. Very nice.
I got a lot of
That's
lot of remarks of turtles. I love Last Ronin. Number 19 today, baby. Got into my 19th Ronin.
Are you gonna go up to 20?
Someone in the community has 4 customized ones. I think he said 4, and he's sending them to me. So I'm getting 4 more.
Okay. Very cool.
I'm have a
So
lot.
you're gonna have more than 20.
Everywhere I look, there's something on my desk. There's a Ronin head.
Do you even have room for all these Ronins?
No, but because I have a new office at work, I've been bringing things into the office, like the PCS statues, which are behind all my Ronins right now. I've got all the bad guys from the PCS statues. They're going to go into the office, so I have more room on my shelf for them.
Nice. Well, talking about stuff at work, here's my work.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Look
I
at
have
that.
actually 3 monitors, so this is one side.
Good Lord. Are these all your
Yeah.
doubles?
Triple.
Triples. God, you
Yeah.
people with
My
money.
triple.
Um,
Well, I got those actually fairly cheap. I probably got roughly less than $20 each for those.
that's not bad. You cheap
Yeah, it was
bastard.
just I was just looking for good deals. So
Yeah. So, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we talked about that with Geek Out. I think that's really all we're expecting. Oh, the other one I haven't seen a sample of yet, but I have a weird theory. But it'd be weird to double up on it. Is I had this weird feeling that Business Suit Casey from the Toon's going to be there. I don't know why, but I haven't seen the box art. I haven't seen him done yet, which is super exciting. What I did see is the Future of Last Ronin stuff, and although I can't say anything, I will say that I'm very happy that they're going to be continuing the line throughout the books. So I'm very excited from what I was able to see. And I got to see, and since I'm such an art fanatic, I got to see some of the new covers that are coming out. And I just think that they're beautiful. I'm not going to share what they are, but being a huge Last Ronin fan, if you're a Last Ronin fan as well out there, you're in for quite a treat for the stuff that's coming.
nice.
So that
Definitely
was awesome.
excited for that.
Yeah, me too. And updates. That was my other thing. I did updates. That was my list of things of updates. What was updates? Oh, Super 7 Slash is shipping right now, right before we started this episode. If you pre-order the glow-in-the-dark Super 7 Slash, he is on his way. I just got my shipping notification.
You should have waited like a month. He'll be half the price.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's hit or miss with the glow-in-the-dark ones. Like, the glow-in-the-dark turtles, are they half the price?
True, but still. I don't
Glow-in-the-dark
have
foot
one
soldier.
Super 7 anything.
Yeah, well, the Blacklight foot soldier, he wasn't. I think he's on Big Bad Toy Store, but I don't think he really ever dropped. It's that made-to-order thing. So, Super 7's also got the 2003 Turtles in production right now, or in designing. They're designing those. That's pretty awesome. Man, so without going too far into detail, because I want to make sure that I'm not being rude to information, Super 7, when it comes to their production of figures and the Ninja Turtle stuff, one of the things that was going around the internet that I'm going to clarify right now, this is 100% the truth. There was no issue, we'll say, with Playmates or Varner or anything with what they were doing with their turtle line. So for those people going around the internet that are like spreading, that or whatever, it wasn't. So I'm just going to say that. You know, I'm not giving you proof. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I'm just telling you right now that I know for a fact. So, even though really people haven't really given a shit since the since the whole Rat King situation, but cool stuff is coming on that line. I know of things that have been already completed that will probably never come out, but if they can, it's going to be really fun from what we'll see. So there's updates on that. Shit, what else we got, dude? Any other updates? It's been a while. Oh my god.
I don't think so.
Life update. So for people that don't know, I work for Bull Airs now officially.
Nice. Officially?
Yeah, I'm a career boy. Well, my offer letter's still waiting. I'm still waiting for that whole thing to come through, but I've been getting paid, so it's fine.
Good.
But I'm official. I've designed some shoes. People are gonna love them. Some of them are not gonna be for sale, but I'm very excited to show them. And I'm doing another new one that I pitched to Tom today. So this is going to be the maybe it will happen, but I was packing up a pair of Last Ronin shoes to our boy Courtney in the group, who's a homie. And I was like, you know what? We need a new Last Ronin shoe. So I've already got it in my brain. I got to start drawing it. So that is going to be something in the future. So we don't overdo it. It's not going to be officially licensed. It's going to be in the theme of, because of that whole thing, or maybe it will. Things are still kind of happening. See, Steven doesn't even know this. I haven't even told Steven yet. I usually tell Steven everything before the episode starts.
Yeah, right? I'm shocked.
But I guess one of the fun things I'll leave, I'll kind of like, I guess we'll say close with. I don't know what else we got to talk about.
Well, there's one other thing I want to talk about.
No, so. You go first, because mine's going to be a show ender.
Okay, so these Mondo First turtles are going for crazy freaking prices.
Yeah.
So, but I had to get one. I had to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah. Steven didn't collect it when they came out. Well, neither did I. I don't like them personally, but yeah, good for bringing that up. And the one there's a new one. Looks like New York Comic Con. We're assuming the glow in the dark is going to be New York Comic Con exclusive.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But
yeah.
Well, they also the emails from what's that company?
Is it Ishmael? Is that the guy who makes them?
But Bottleneck Gallery.
Oh, Bottleneck Gallery. Yeah.
That's an email saying that whoever got the exclusive ordered first, then they'll get first chance at them.
Oh, that's cool. So, in regard to that, this wasn't my closer, but I've been bothering Tom for months. I'm like, yo, we need to make sure we're good to go for New York Comic Con. Months. And I get back from Granite State this weekend, and I brought it up to him, and he's not going to go for his, personal reasons. So I was like, well, can I still go? And like, yeah. So like, April and I are going to go. But because it's a month away, everything's sold out. We were only able to get Sunday tickets. We had Saturday one ticket, but we couldn't get a second one. So we're going Sunday for the all day. So if you're going to be at New York Comic Con, I'll be at the event Sunday with the wife. I'll be working and commingling and stuff. So come by and say hi. I'm sorry if I'm weird in real life. I'm not actually this peppy. I'm a shy little guy. I'm a shy big guy. I'm tall. But we'll be there all weekend though. We're driving down Friday. I live in New York, but I'm not in the city. It's still a 5-hour drive for me. So I'll be there Friday night. I'll be there all day Saturday, and then we'll be at the event on Sunday, and then I'm leaving and driving home. So come by and say hi. If you know me or you'll be there on a Saturday, maybe we can meet up. I think April and I are going to be in Times Square, Manhattan area. I think I've even talked to him. I think Kevin's going to be there. I know Bishop's going to be there, so we'll probably end up getting dinner one of those days. So that'll be fun, but maybe Kevin will be there. That'll be fun as well. So come visit us, me, April and I. Probably just me. She'll take photos of us. I'm going to try to do my best to take photos with people, as I'm really bad at it. Went to Granite State last weekend, took one photo with someone. Someone came up and asked to get a selfie with me, and I was like, all right. That leads me to the other weird story. Holy shit. So there's a bunch of artists this weekend at Granite State, like Mateus, I think it's Santuloco, Steve Levine, one of my best buddies, and then a couple other artists that I just unfortunately don't know. This guy was walking around with a Last Ronin hardcover, and he's opening it up, and everybody's doing a drawing of a Ronin and signing it and stuff. And this guy, and they are fucking magnificent drawings. And then he comes over to me and asks me to sign it and draw on it. I was like, oh my god, it looked. I swear to God, like, cause I'm not a good fast sketcher. Like, I draw, but I can't like do a quick sketch. Oh my god, it looks like a toddler drew it. It looked like a first grader just drew this thing in there. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Give yourself more credit.
Oh my god, no, it was bad. It was bad,
Okay.
and it was because they saw I did one for Ben Bishop, and I drew a Ronin inside of it. But for people that don't know, like, I didn't just draw it on there and it was done. It took me 10 tries to do it, and I kept having to use Goof Off and get the silver Sharpie off because I was just embarrassed by my drawing until I finally figured it out. I took my time because, like, in my mind, like, I see them just sit there and they whip it up, but they're all professionals. I'm not. So I'm like, I'm trying to whip it up like a quick guy, and I'm like, I can't do this. So I had to sit there and draw line by line and figure it out as I was going along, and I figured it out on my 10th try. Stupid. That was fun. I felt very honored that my shitty little drawing is in with all of these masterpieces of Ronins now for this one person. So that was awesome.
Nice. Very nice. Should make you feel special.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I tried to be humble about it, but I was like, I was riding high. So I was very happy about that. And then, do you have anything else? Because I got my show closer of humbleness.
No, I'm good. It's all you now.
Yeah, so this weekend we went to Granite State, as I had brought up. That's in Massachusetts. My eyes are going everywhere as I don't know how to talk. And I was supposed to make a shoe for Peter Laird. I had a request that he wanted a shoe to be made. And I designed it like 2 months ago, and we just never got the ability to order it, which is fine. I was supposed to bring it with me because I knew he was going to be there, and I was going to hand deliver it to him. Well, that didn't happen. So he did end up making it on Sunday, and he came and he sat right next to me at our booth, like where we were with Steve. It was my booth, Steve's booth. We were at an end, and then Ben Bishop. So it was like this big corner of just awesomeness, in my opinion. Like, it was so great, and I consider myself good friends with Steve and his wife, and I was able to, like, I got to meet Peter. I showed him the drawing, and he like lit up. And the only way I can describe it is if you saw the Turtle Power documentary from like 10 years ago when they had Kevin and Pete meet each other, like see each other for the first time in years, and he like pops up and he like, oh, and he just illuminates. That's what he did when I showed him my drawing or my concept. And
Nice.
It was the greatest feeling ever. And if you saw some photos of of Pete this weekend, he looks a little rough. Well, I'm not gonna say rough. That's disrespectful. He is older, but he looks a little more fragile. He's getting older, and it's just, you look up to these people and you don't want them. Like, it's almost like Stan Lee. You want them to live forever because they're such an important, integral part to your life. And never in my life would I have thought that I'd become friends with Kevin and then be accepted, I'd say, into like the friend group with Steve and Peter. So,
Nice.
I was able to go and get photos with him, not like just ask for a photo. Like, I was asked to come in. We took photos. I posted them online, and it's just like I felt like one with the family now. I met his wife Janine, and she's a sweetheart. We got to talk a little bit, but it was just awesome because I tell my grandfather, who raised me, who knows that I never gave up on turtles in my entire life. I was like, I told him, it's just surreal that these people that kind of molded my life in a sense. Like, my life, my favorite thing that makes me happy is Ninja Turtles. I know it sounds immature, but that's just who we are. People that do it with Star Wars, people do it with like tons of different things. But for us, it's turtles, and it's just so fun. It's just so exciting, and I get to essentially befriend these people, and same with Ben Bishop this weekend. Like, I look up to Ben because he illustrated the first comic I've ever been able to actually force myself to read with my reading disability. So to me, Last Ronin is very important to me. And now that I can just message him whenever I want, And you know what I mean? It's just so weird because everybody's human. We look up to these people. And Dustin always jokes. He's like, "Oh, you're a rock star," and I'm like, "No, I'm just a normal human. I don't see myself as that. Like everybody is just a normal human. They just did cool things, and it's just so humbling and amazing. And I got you a signature on a print.
Yep.
So
So
I'll send that out
that,
sooner or later. It's downstairs on my table.
thank you. But no, that's awesome that you are able to have that. You had that experience. Now you can talk about it and have those group of friends now.
Yeah.
And that's
It,
definitely something special. So
it's just great, man. And all weekend, so for those who don't know, Steve Levine, amazing artist. You've seen his work hundreds of times. And he is Michelangelo, which is the best part. Like Michelangelo's personality is based off of Steve, so Steve's obsessed with. He loves Mikey. So whenever someone will come to the booth, and like they had like a Raphael, like they had a Raphael, I'm like, I lean over and I'd be like, "Yo, the best turtle, there he is," and Steve would just be like, "Get out of here!" Like it was so funny. I did make him a shirt. He has the pizza shit shirt, but I updated it to say crap. And then Sunday he wears the pizza shit shirt so all the photos of him with Peter is wearing my shirt. I wore Pedro, so now Pedro, according to Jason Bob, he's now canon. So because I wore my Pedro shirt,
nice.
I specifically
Well,
saved it for that day.
okay. Very cool. Yeah, I did see him wear that shirt with those pictures. I was like, that's interesting. But
Yeah,
hey, hey, he wore your design, so that's nice.
it's great. It's humbling that my artwork is out there, even though I did
Yeah,
gift it to him. But I see it every once in a while, and it's just awesome. So
yeah,
yeah,
for
that was
sure.
just my humbling story. I love it, and I was really riding that high. Even though the next day someone tried to knock me down a peg, as they always do. I was too high. I was too high on cloud nine. I was like, not today. Not letting this happen.
Don't let people bother you. Learn that.
It
You
doesn't
know
bother
that.
me anymore. We all know this. I'm over it.
Good. Good.
I'm doing
Keep,
cool
keep that
things.
high as long as you can.
Yeah, I'm doing cool things and having fun with it, and I just do it for fun. So, well, now I'm doing it for business, but I still do it for fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, it was a good episode. So, hopefully
Yeah.
people enjoyed us coming back a little bit. I know we've been on a bit of a hiatus, but mental health is everything.
Yes, it
So,
is.
I'm
Good.
I'm getting better. Trying.
Yeah. One step at a time.
One step at a time. So, everyone, thank you for joining us back. Steven, I allowed him to talk a little bit more this time instead of talking over him the whole time. Sorry, I'm a talker, but thank you for joining us again. Episode 17.5. And we'll see you back in a week or two, probably 2 weeks, because I need the rest.
There you go. Well,
Later.
thanks for everybody, and see you, Gary.
Peace.